Hello everyone, welcome to GoldenNova's First Reacts, where I react first to all the things you want to see reacted to first, as long as I'm the first person you come to react to things first. You'll have to pardon the different presentation today. A good friend of the channel, Scarlon, sent me some translations before anyone else of the new Dark Magician cards. And honestly, if I can't trust Scarlon, then I don't know who I can trust in the strange, terrible world we live in now. So as one of the tactical Tri archetypes being rolled out for the second wave of these, I'm happy to see the Dark Magician got its time. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner, but considering they did Cyber Dragons last time, it might be a bit of a pattern where we see some kind of anime big archetype as one of the representatives here. So this means that we'll be seeing a lot of not just Dark Magician support cards, but a lot of off-theme cards that also work with all the stuff they want to be doing, and I'm pretty happy with it. I know some people are throwing their hands up and saying, oh, more legacy support, more DM love, but I mean, if you weren't going to give it to DM, then you're going to give it to some other nostalgia thing. We might as well get it for the one who hasn't really had their time in the spotlight. Even Blue Eyes has had competitive success. Let's try to make Dark Magician something one of these days, huh? Anyway, let's take a look at 3 new cards and an alt art that we'll see in a bit. We're starting with Dark Magician of Destruction, a level 8 Dark Spellcaster fusion monster with 2800 attack, 2600 defense. Materials are Dark Magician and 1 light or dark monster, so doesn't seem particularly difficult to get a handle on, and must first be either fusion summoned or special summoned from the extra deck by banishing a level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster monster you control during the turn a spell card or effect was activated. Oh, well, gee whiz, a spell card being activated in a spellcaster deck, no less? Never mind, the playability on this one just tanked severely. Okay, so this is easy as hell to summon. Card's name becomes Dark Magician while on the field or in the graveyard, so it becomes a vessel for all Dark Magician-related cards. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Dark Magician or a card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. Wow. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. So it's a level 6 Dark Spellcaster, or rather, it can use any level 6 level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster as the alternate material for the summon. What are some good ones? There's Apprentice Magician Girl. It's the one that you can discard to special summon, and then it searches you a Dark Magician. That one's pretty pog. As long as you played any other spell that turn, you just get to banish it, turn that into Dark Magician of Destruction, and then that gets you a Dark Magician-related card. That's kind of crazy. Still doesn't search Timaeus, though, because it's Dark Magician or a card that mentions it. Well, I guess it doesn't mention Dark Magician. It's the weird way the Timaeus thing works. But there's a lot of good Dark Magician cards that you can now utilize because you have Dark Magician on the board. So this is a pretty good starting point, not gonna lie. Let's go with the other fusion, and then we'll check out the spell. Let me shuffle this around. Timaeus the Combined Magical Dragon, level 10. Light Dragon Fusion Monster, 2800 attack, 1800 defense. Requires either Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, and a Spellcaster or Dragon Monster as material. So very flexible on what we can use here. You can only use each of the second and third effects of this card's name once per turn. First effect, after this card is fusion summoned, it is unaffected by other card effects until the end of the next turn, so this one's sticking around for a bit. If this card battles during damage calculation, you can make this card gain 100 attack for each spell card in the graveyards and the banishment, so it works with base Timaeus. And during your opponent's turn as a quick effect, you can target a spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Okay. So this one's nifty. I wouldn't say that we're doing anything crazy. Unaffected by other cards' effects, but we can still get our own boost. So that's pretty good. We summon this. It's like Titaniclad for a bit. This card battles during damage calculation. So it's all graveyards and the banishment. So it just gets big for the more spells we have. 2800 is kind of a weird baseline for a level 10 monster, but we added that, and now it's a party. And then it's free back row removal every turn. I think that's fine. It's just kind of, it feels a little underwhelming, but we have it tacked onto a gigantic monster that for a whole turn cycle isn't going to be touched. I think that's not terrible. And it makes things like Ritual of Dark Magic that much better because it's another Dark Magician-based fusion target. And being able to play this during the opponent's turn is kind of bonkers because then it gets to be unaffected during all of their turn, and then when it comes back around to your turn, it's still got all the protection, so you can still make an offensive push with it. This card's pretty funky. What about this last card over here? Sparkle of Timaeus. Let's go ahead and over here. Alright, quick play spell card. You can only activate one card of this card's name per turn. Target a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl on your field or in your graveyard. Shuffle into the deck, and if you do, special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions that card as material, using that monster as fusion material, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. This is treated as a fusion summon by the Eye of Timaeus. Wait. Oh. Okay. So, I made the joke for the first monster. But this is an Eye of Timaeus that you can use that does all the same things that Timaeus does, but it's searchable by effects that search for Dark Magician cards because it says Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, but it says Dark Magician in there, not a Dark Magician monster. So you can now play your Timaeus related cards. That's incredible. Thank God we finally did it. I think that's the only thing that it does, right? Can you still make Dragoon with this? I suppose that would be the case because... but it's banished from the end phase of the next turn. So it's not like you get to keep whatever you summon. That's kind of bogus. But it is a quick play spell card, so... I don't know. Maybe you can fuse away what you, make, and so it's not entirely lost forever, then you can bring it back. Target a Dark Magician or Girl from your field or graveyard. It also helps that it uses it from the graveyard, too, so you don't have to actually have them on the field. Shuffle it into the deck. Special summon a fusion monster extra deck that mentions that monster as material. Using that monster as fusion material. I guess the wording is like we're not using it as fusion material. It's just mentioning it and then that monster being used as fusion material. But I guess it's treated as a fusion summon. I don't know the exact specifics of this, honestly, the way this is worded. I just might be failing the Yu-Gi-Oh community by not knowing the exact way this is all worded. Let me actually, really quickly, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Let me do a little bit of cheating. I'm going to read the Eye of Timaeus. Really quickly. We're all here. You've made it this far. I think we can take a little extra time to make sure that I'm not going outrageous. Okay. The Eye of Timaeus. This card is always treated as Legendary Dragon Timaeus. Target a Dark Magician. Oh, it's also treated as Legendary Dragon Timaeus. Target a Dark Magician you control. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck that lists that monster on the field as fusion material. Using it as fusion material. Okay, so it is worded basically the same as Eye of Timaeus here. It just uses these monsters from different zones, and it's better because it's a quick play. It just banishes what we make during the end phase of the next turn. That's a little rough, but my understanding is that Timaeus can just make any number of monsters. Like, yeah, you can make all the regular ones. You make Dragoon, you make Master of Chaos. Okay, so all that stuff is valid with Sparkle Timaeus. Okay, now that I have reoriented my expectations on the card, yeah, this card is bonkers. You can search it. It lets you recycle cards out of your graveyard. Okay, yeah, I dig it. I dig this card. I think this is like the biggest card to come out of this subset. The other two cards are pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Destruction is a searcher that's easy to get a hold of. Combined Magical Dragon is a great beat stick, but I think Sparkle of Timaeus is the one that truly takes the cake on this one. Oh, is... No. I think Sparkle of Timaeus would still banish Combined Dragon, even if it's unaffected by other cards' effects, because it's being fusion summoned if we summon it with Sparkle of Timaeus. I guess the unaffected stuff only applies while it's on the field, but the lingering effect happened as it was being summoned. That's a ruling that I'm not entirely sure on. I'll need some help with that below. Is Combined Magical Dragon safe from Sparkle of Timaeus as a drawback, or am I just coping? And then Secrets of Dark Magic. I mean, look at it. It's the Secrets of Dark Magic. What was that? What did that one do again? Secrets of Dark... Oh, Secrets of Dark Magic is the... I was saying Ritual of Dark Magic. That was way off. No, this is... It even has the lamps and everything. This is the card that does the Quick Play Fusion or the Quick Play Ritual if it involves a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. Okay, I'm sold. This seems like a really cool series of cards dealt with the tactical try stuff. Does this... Oh, God, my Dark Magician knowledge is very limited. At least from, like, play lines and stuff. It's definitely helpful. I'm just not sure how it impacts the higher end Dark Magician stuff. It seems good. I just don't know if it's like as good as competitive stuff would allow, but that doesn't necessarily matter if you're looking to have fun with Dark Magician, and I think this is a great series of cards to amplify that, because we have a Timaeus card that actually frickin' works. Can you imagine? Alright. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, though. I might be missing something that's completely obvious to everyone else, and I would love to learn all of that stuff. And until the next time Konami drops some juicy spoilers, I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye. Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales that even come with their own lore, and save 5% on your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commanders, Upstairs Media and Chibi Gohan, Nebula Navigators, 3rd Dynasty, 50 Gigabytes, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Ancient Wizard, Andrew Newman, Battle Axe, Kane Senpai, Charlie Mercury, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade Copperbottom, Dr. Reaper, Eric, Frankie, Garland Chaos, Green Knight, Great Big Pillock, Groog, Hairbear, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Marion James E. Picata, Meme King, Millennia Asta, Muse Clark, Neon Yami Nair, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Batpoos, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, RJ the Jank Monarch, Sonic 21 Blast, The Critic of Innocence, Thievery Coast and the Wizard Moose, Cosmic Crusaders, Ally Vatnia, Animasta, Anthrak, A Random Pup, Baron Von Titty Sprinkles, Beluga Master, Blaze Rider, Blitzwolf, Chaz Ghost, Chibi Gohan, again, Christopher Fuss, again, Chris B, Cool Trainer Dark, Dr. Entity RIP, kind of again, what are you maniacs doing here? Eki Bullock, Eva Padilla, Herbal D, Inblink, Kale the Dragon, Lobomaru, Manga Pages, Martin Moore 2468, Natiel Lee Alexander, Nitromo, Not Al Gore, Nyx, Obsidian, Pombo, Rhyme Kairos, Shwenny, Shizuki Nijimura, Simic Toadstool, Sir Knight JCB, Sphilia, Stephen Williamson, The Legendary Raven, The Phantom Knights of Shitted Pants, The Queen of Time, The Gene, Tiger X2476, Tristan O'Meara, and Zaldreka, as well as the wonderful Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon in the description or consider joining as a YouTube member.